You mentioned technology, Sally, and have you found that you've been investing in technology during 2020? And if so, has that been a consequence of COVID or was it planned?
We've not had a huge investment in technology. I think where we've invested is more time in our existing technology. We are definitely guilty of not fully utilising the technology that we had. And until you find yourselves in a new environment, in new circumstances. We rolled out Teams before. It was felt quite optional, so some people loved it. Other teams have never turned it on before. But we've embraced technology, and the investment has been in time, in training our teams, in showing them what new functionality they can access through the platforms that we have and the solutions that we have. We are looking at what we do into the future and what 2021 brings from us, but we've not had any significant investment this year. But truthfully, that it wasn't in the plan this year anyway. What COVID's done for us is be an amplifier to what we needed to do quicker. And so we've been able to deliver things from a legal ops perspective a lot quicker. And we've had, it's almost that burning platform, isn't it, that we hear about. It was definitely not one we created, but one, that we definitely had to react to. And we've been very pleased with the results, how everyone's adapted and moved in the way that we've needed them to be able to achieve their goals and the aims and still deliver for our business. Yeah.
Jumping back to technology for a moment, Sally, I know that you've worked on technology projects in the past. What lessons can you give others who are embarking on this journey?
I think the biggest lesson, I've done lots of different projects before, I guess, and more prior to being at NBC, but I think the biggest, most sort of important lesson that I would take away if I was doing something now is make sure that when partnering with either an internal team or an external provider, make sure they understand your why, and make sure they understand the purpose. I'm a big fan of sort of people, process, tech, rather than find the shiny, whizzy latest tool that is going to solve your problems. I think there is something very, very important to making sure that your provider is an extension of your team. They're not just there delivering the solution. They're with you for a longer journey. They understand why you're wanting to make changes, implement things, because every change has a human element, and not everybody is comfortable with change. I think the other things that I've learned through projects that have gone well and ones that maybe didn't go so well are around taking the human element really, really seriously and importantly. It's about a good, well executed project will have the people at the heart of it, and it's important to get those early supporters and understand what they saw that they could buy into. And for those people who are a little reticent to change, keep selling the benefits, help them understand, or you understand, where their fears may come from and why they're resistant to that change. And those investment in those conversations will pay dividends. And if I think about successful sort of restructures I've done and reorganisations I've been involved in, tech projects, upgrades, all that sort of thing, the ones that are the things that I've worked, the projects that I've worked really well have all had that at the heart. So make sure your provider understands your why, not just the metrics and what the solution needs to look like, what you want to achieve, and then take the people with you, but understand their journey, not just the PowerPoint you're going to show them and why it's a great new thing for legal ops to roll out. It's got to be more than that. You've got to find out and make sure you're clear on what's at the heart of it and driving that change.
So one of the key takeaways is it's not all about the tech.
No, definitely not. Sometimes tech should be the solution, absolutely. If tech is if it's a technology project. But no, it's not always about the tech. There's a lot of change in processes that have tech as part of the driver and part of the overall solution, but as an enabler rather than what we want first and foremost. So yeah.